Hello there and welcome to another episode of Matt Zina Acting Tips. Yes, the arm's still there. What am I going to be talking about today? It's going to be a real mindset episode today, and I'm going to talk about gratitude and why it's so important to an actor. Okay, now I'm going to have to break this down in bits, but first things first, what is gratitude? Yes, it's being grateful, alright? But it's the ability to be able to kind of gear your mind or change the way your mind works to actually not just sit and every now and again reel off what you like about your world, but actually look for things and change your mindset so it's actually constantly looking for things to be grateful for. And that does amazing things for your mindset. Now, why is it important to actors? Acting actually is a high stress job, okay? So when I say it's high stress, it's fun, but in terms of when you're actually pursuing it, there's certain factors that constantly put you on edge, make you feel at some points under pressure, probably more so than other careers out there. That doesn't mean that's a bad thing, okay? A lot of people like the pressure, like to work under pressure, like the way that this industry works, the fact that there's lots of people wanting things from you. You know, when you get an acting job, wow, you know, wardrobe, the director, rehearsals, other actors, wow, you know, it can be really high pressure. Now, the best way to combat that and stop that from giving you what I call low vibe emotions or low vibe feelings. What are low vibe emotions? Things like fear, okay, like anger. All of those types of emotions just bring you down. The only way you can really ever combat that quickly is through changing your mindset through gratitude. Now, how are we going to do that? There's various ways. You can do something that I do, which actually, I've got it right here. I do a gratitude journal, okay? So every single day I sit down and I write things that make me grateful, okay? And that's talking about things to do with you, what you're grateful for about you personally. You've got to say things that you're grateful for about the world that you live, things that you're grateful for about people, other people, things you're grateful for about your career, okay? And what you've got to start doing then is actually starting to look for things as you go about your day. Now, what will happen is once you start to write down or create a gratitude journal, you will then naturally start to look for things because you know you're going to write it down. So it changes your mindset. And suddenly you'll be walking down the road and you'll be walking past, say, a building that you've seen a million times, and you'll be like, that's beautiful, that building. What a beautiful build, what a lovely architecture, you know? Or you'll be speaking to someone and you'll be going, do you know what, I've never noticed, but you're actually really, really kind, aren't you? And suddenly, this feeling of gratitude just overtakes you, and actually you just start to see positivity everywhere. And it's such a wonderful, beautiful thing when that starts to happen. And it perpetuates itself. All right, it's called the reticular activation system, and it exists within your brain. And effectively, it's a bit like confirmation bias. All right, so once you start to believe something or think in a certain way, you see more of it. Okay, and it's a bit like that. So if you start to think in terms of gratitude by just starting maybe with a gratitude journal, you start to see more things that you're grateful for, and that's what the reticular activation system does for you, which is amazing. So that when you start on your gratitude journey, it can be a bit, tough at the beginning because you've got to sit down and force yourself to do things. But in the end, it becomes a pleasure. Because suddenly when you're kind of feeling good and you're seeing things that you're particularly happy about or happy to see, or you're seeing things that to be grateful for, your brain is just starting to become wired that way, then you genuinely have a better existence. Now, why is it important for actors? I always bring it back to actors because if you think about it in that high stress situation, if you're not seeing the pressure as pressure and something you should be scared of, you're actually seeing it as a privilege, You know, you're actually seeing it as something that nobody else gets to experience. Do you see how it's a shift, and it becomes a shift in your psyche? You know, when you are on set and you think, oh, this is just too much, but instead your mindset is going towards, this is the most amazing experience, and look at who I'm working with, and this director's amazing, and I can't believe I get to work with such good actors. You see how gratitude just instantly puts out the fire. Now think about the benefits of that. Think about you thinking like that. Think of the type of actor that you would be to work with. You'd want to work with you if you were like that, wouldn't you? Because it also comes out in your behaviour. It also comes out in the way that you interact with people. It comes out in every single part of who you are. And it all starts with ensuring that you make sure that you sit down and you work out and you are mindful about the things that you are grateful for. You don't even have to keep a journal, you don't have to write it down. You take some time to sit and think about the things you are grateful for. If you are having a particularly bad day and you just can't see a way out of it, the kind of bad emotions and feelings, tip for you, sit down and do not get up until you've written 15 things that you are absolutely grateful for. Okay? Or keep writing them out until suddenly you feel a wave of joy come over you. Alright? I don't think, and you can test me on this one, and please comment, I don't think you can sit and write down 15 things you are grateful for without feeling a surge of joy. Try it. Trust me, okay? I've just winked to the camera. I swore I'd never do that. Right, okay guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Again, thank you so much for watching. The most important part is make sure you subscribe, make sure you press the bell button so that you get every single episode, and there will be another episode next week. Much love, bye!